I rise, giving praise to the great God of the universal law, give honor to his prophet, Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Now let's get straight to the point. Why in the world I'm doing this pay-per-view, right? I'm going to do this pay-per-view called The Myth of the Supreme Grand Sheik. Tickets are $16.99, of course. If anybody has been following me long enough, they know that I am in an ongoing building process of building the Moorish village here in Baltimore. It's ongoing, right? And so because it's ongoing, there's no way in the world that I will try to move towards GoFundMe's. Let me get this, let me get that. In order to build this, we must create businesses, etc., etc. But in the process, as we building, in the process of the building, the group of Moors whom I'm spearheading, MST of Eight Noble Temples, we have decided that we are going to push the orthodox doctrine of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Now, orthodox doctrine means uncut. And so in doing this, right, we create the platform called the Virtual Moorish Science Temple of America. Now, let me explain to you what that is. I received the warrant of authority from D. Bailey L., one of the most qualified brothers to issue a warrant of authority for a temple, study group, or whatever you choose to have, whatever. He is one of the most qualified in the Moorish world, and I can prove that, and I will prove that on this presentation. Yet, I'm still going to address the myth of the Supreme Grand Sheik, right? Now, I put this out, right? But let me tell you how this started. First of all, anybody knows me, they know that I go around, I travel around the country, whether most likely the most specific place is Chicago, the Mecca of the Moorish Americans. And when I travel around, you know, I see this, I see that, I grab this, I grab that, and all of this research that I've been uncovering becomes a piece of the puzzle. You see, and so when I'm in a Moorish American town, I'm going to all the temples. It is what it is. I don't have to agree with you. If you call yourself a Supreme Grand Sheik, I'm going to address you as such. So if I see Kenyu Bey, I'm going to say, "What's up, Supreme?" Because that's my brother like that, so I might address him. "What's up, Supreme?" If I see Rasadiel per se, I might say, "It's not Supreme Grand Sheik." If I see D. Bailey, whomever, I'm going to address you according to your preference. That's just what it is. That don't give you confirmation. Your only confirmation is for those who follow you. But I'll address you according to your preference. That's just diplomatic. You follow what I'm saying? Now, me, I don't come to try to disrupt or overthrow what you're doing, because what you eat don't make me poop. But I will come and listen to what you have to share. But now, this is when the rubber meets the road. The moment that you try to address what I am doing, then you got a problem. Then you got a problem. Because the standard in which you address what I am doing, you're going to have to meet the same standard. I do not initiate attacks. I've been telling y'all this for 2 years on YouTube. I do not initiate attacks, but I do respond. Anytime you seen me addressing Taj Tariq, it was because the Taj Tariqites was coming at me. The first Taj Tariqite came at me was Canaanland Moors O-Dog or Cujo. That was the first one. And so I began to question their doctrine. I don't question Cujo. I question his doctrine in which he's espoused to. If anybody have watched me over the years, you will know 2 years I've been on YouTube. If you have been watching me, know for sure every video that I've ever done concerning somebody was a response. Now, you might not heard the initial contact because this channel is a little popular, so you might not have heard the initial contact. But by time it gets to me, I am making it an event. So I begin to make it an event, and now I look like the bad guy. But know for sure, go back and look at any of these videos. I have never done any personal attacks. I've never done any personal attacks. Whether it was Sinetta, whether it was Cujo, whether it was Taj, whether it was Ramiel, I've never done any personal attacks. I've only presented information. And so it brings me to this. Why is one group of Moors shook? I'm going to tell you why one group of Moors shook. Because when I came to Chicago in 2017, they barred us from not coming into their event, which was a public event. They left me and about 10 Moorish Americans, at least 7 sisters, standing out front in the fall cold, in the September chill, for at least 45 minutes. That's all right. We got past that. I'll tell that story on the pay-per-view. We got past that. No problem. You know what I mean? No problem. We got past that. You know, brush the dirt off. I began to move towards organizing groups of people that is ready to initiate and ignite the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. I mean, I begin to organize people to initiate and ignite the teachings of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, unapologetically, uncut. The Moorish Science Temple of America. And it wasn't no 2 sisters, brother. The only 2 brothers was there was me and CJ Shaw. CJ Shaw L and my brother from St. Louis. What are you talking about? Was my brother from St. Louis. My brother St. Nick the Moor, CJ Shaw L, and me. It was 3 brothers. And the rest was sisters. What are you talking about? You can't clean this one up, Rise Bay. You can't clean this one up, Rise Bay. And I got CJ Shaw, and I got CJ Shaw. I got CJ Shaw will walk up on one of y'all and address this in the shot. So don't get slick with it. CJ Shaw L, I mean to say. But anyway, it was water under the bridge. Brush the dirt off. So then we go to their meeting, right? They had they actually had a history class, right? And they give this history class every year. So we goes into the history class, right? And I'm going to show y'all something. Let me see if I can find it real quick. First of all, I'm under the leadership. At this time, I'm under the leadership of D. Baliel. And the first thing is they passing out this letter concerning the conflict between him and D. Baliel. I'm not Smashville TV, what up? So they passes out this letter, propaganda. They passes out this letter that apparently Braswell Bay writes to D. Baliel, trying to solidify his position as the Supreme Grand Sheik. Now, not only does he pass it out there, he passes it out everywhere he go. He actually passed this out in Baltimore too. No problem. His beef and Baliel beef is their beef. I don't care. I want to uplift my people, right? Now listen, his beef and Baliel beef, that's their beef. I'm not into all that. I could care less. I pays it no mind. Now listen, some of this stuff I have on video. Anyway, pays it no mind. This past maybe a month ago, 2 months ago, maybe 2 months ago, Braswell Bay comes and give another history lesson, but this time he gives it in Baltimore. This is why, if people want to know why I put Braswell Bay on the flyer, I'm about to tell you why. See that? People want to know why I put him on the flyer? Because of this statement that he made to me. Listen to what the caption say. Legitimacy of authority. Time to show and prove. Right? So I listened to the brother for 3 hours do a history class. And matter of fact, it was a phenomenal history class. I seen the holes in the history. I seen, because I know the history, I seen the holes and how you're going to cover this and teach that, but no problem. That's your thing. I'm not tripping. But let me tell you what happened after the class. Everybody, this is 3 hours. Everybody ready to leave, right? Everybody ready to leave. Braswell Bay says to me, Brother Tahaka Bay, you got to stop that virtual Moorish Science Temple of America. Brother Carter Bay chimes in, his sidekick, because virtual is fake. Hold up. Yeah, you can't have a virtual temple because virtual is fake. Do you give out nationality cards? Hold up. I'm coming to your history class. Now you want to attack me for having a virtual Moorish Science Temple of America? I said to the brother, if you want to know what it is, just ask me and I'll explain it. But I will explain it here for everybody. I'm actually Baltimore Noble Temple 22. Right? The virtual Moorish Science Temple of America is an auxiliary of the temple. An auxiliary so we can reach people within the, I guess you would call it, the information highway called the internet. And reach people that do not have a temple within their country, within that state, or in that county, or that city, you know? And so that's the purpose of the virtual Moorish Science Temple of America. You see, it's to reach people that normally wouldn't be reached. But it's an auxiliary of my temple here in Baltimore. So, in short, we went back and forth, right? We went back and forth. I actually have a recording. And in that recording is what precipitated my throwing all of my research together throughout the years. So we can get to the bottom of it. Now, do it looks like that nobody wants to get to the truth now. See, when you go to these meetings, everybody's flashing these documents. Everybody, look at this. This is what validates me. This is that. This is that. Everybody's doing that. So I'm saying, let me show the people what I discovered. Let me show the people what I discovered. Now, so since you attacked me on what I'm doing, I didn't attack you. Now I have to put my research together. And when I put my research together, it doesn't work in a lot of people's favor. It does not work in a lot of people's favor. And so now, guess what? I am going to present it to the people. First, family, you can buy a ticket. Why you want to buy a ticket is because the proceeds is going to benefit the Moorish village. Stores, shops for everybody. Stores, shops for everybody. A Moorish culture, a real Moorish culture, not a YouTube culture, not a Facebook culture, not an IG culture, a real Moorish culture. You follow what I'm saying? A real Moorish culture. And if you can pay $8, $9, $10, $19 for Netflix, then you can pay $16.99 to hear the truth if you want the truth. First of all, there will be no personal attacks. There will be no slander. There will be no things like this. I'm going to read this letter. I'm going to read part of it. Brother D. Baliel, I greet you in peace. May the great God Allah help us with all the divine directions of our prophet. We have never addressed your untruths since your fate of 2004, because it would be like one wave pushing against the another until both waves involve with each other. Nevertheless, this correspondence hopefully will help save some Moors who may be some hope for in helping to build a better world. For some time, Moorish Americans have unfortunately dignified your untruths and outright lies. As well as you, it appears that you have actually begun to believe them yourself. So first he come in peace, and then he come in condescending. So whatever the case may be. Now let me see what this brother got to say. You was there. Did we borrow you too? You sound tough. Come on, man. This about information, brother. This ain't about who's the toughest. This is about information. This is about information. You know what I mean? If you don't want the information and documentation, that's okay. But let's not talk tough because you're scared that I'm going to present it. I'm only going to present information. I'm only going to present documentation. That's all I'm going to present. You know what I mean? Smashville, I'll see you when I come to the Shah this year. But anyway, this whole letter is condescending towards D. Baliel. Like I said, I don't have no problem with that. But this was handed to me. Now imagine if I came or you came to my event and I was handing you a letter concerning who conferred the degrees of Sheikh Divine Minister on you. Come on. We already know how that's going to go. But I don't take sides in this. The moment that you attacked me is the moment that I begin to do my research. And as I did my research, I come to see that some people have some explaining to do. That all of these years that we have been believing that this person is qualified Supreme Grand Sheikh, that person is a qualified Supreme Grand Sheikh, that this person is qualified to be the Supreme Grand Sheikh. Family, that's where the confusion lies, because nobody has gotten to the root to really see who the Supreme Grand Sheikh is and if it's really valid what these people are standing on. So on February the 3rd, I am going to show and prove whether it is valid or is it invalid. Now, this group, Braswell Bay Group, listen, we got the Moorish Temple of America Incorporated. Nobody said anything about this presentation. We got Rasadiel. Nobody from that camp said anything about this presentation because in the beginning, I didn't say anybody's name. We got Kenyu Bay. Nobody said anything about this presentation. We got Prathael. Nobody said anything about this presentation. The only group that said something about this presentation is the Braswell Bay Group. Ask yourself why. Ask yourself why. The only group. Listen, The only group, we got the Selby Bay group. We got the Arnell Bay group. The only group that said something about the first ad that I put out was the Braswell Bay group. Ask yourself why. Because they know they on shaky ground. Now, if you ain't got nothing to fear, you wouldn't be. Listen, let me share something with you. Why is it one group has the issue with me doing this presentation? And then they talk about I'm trying to cash in. No, I'm trying to build a Moorish village, something for the next generation. Schools, shops, etc., businesses, which already is building. So the point of the matter is, why is it? Why is it? You know what I mean? Why is it that this group is the only one with something to say? You know what I mean? There you go. Here we go. And I'm going to show you why. They going crazy right now on Facebook. And I'm going to share my Facebook page with you. They going crazy right now. Let me see what this brother just say. Roger Brewington Bay. He one of the main ones. He got to get it. So look, he says, so now he's doing a preemptive YouTube broadcast about why the group of Moors is addressing his nonsense. Well, whose picture does he have on the advertisement? Who is this person here? It is none other than Supreme Grand Sheik of the MST Emmanuel Braswell Bay. That's why I'm doing this, to tell you why I put him on the cover. Because they came at me. They came at me, brother. I didn't initiate this. I did not initiate this. I'm only responding, Roger Brewington Bay. The same way y'all incandescently run, in clandestinely run up against people. You know what I'm trying to say. Y'all be testing people all the time. Y'all test people so much that y'all sent a letter to the Secretary of State claiming to be the original Moorish Science Temple of America, and y'all got shot down. Y'all be testing people all the time. Just this time, you test the wrong one. Only this time, you have tested the wrong one. And so if people want to see the true history of how Belial become a Supreme Grand Sheik, of how Rasadiel becomes a Supreme Grand Sheik, and how Braswell Bay and whomever becomes a Supreme Grand Sheik, and the legitimacy of it, then on February 3rd, you're welcome to see. Nobody know that you paid your $16.99, but I tell you what, after the February the 3rd, I'll be taking it down. After February 3rd, I'll be taking it down until I'm ready to put it back up again. I'm not going to put it on YouTube. So if you want the truth, then February the 3rd, the same way you go and smoke your cigarettes, the same way you go get this European money for a Pepsi, the same way you get this European money for a cup of coffee, the same way you go get this European money for whatever you indulge in, then you can support the cause of building something real on the ground. If you're not interested, then fine. Keep it moving. But I'm going to show you what I'm going to prove. And I'm glad that y'all are mad and upset. I'm glad that y'all are mad upset, because now you are giving me more stuff to prove. So let's deal with this brother on Facebook, Chris Anderson L. And I got many more posts from these brothers. So look, so the brothers say, here's truth for free. For those of you who may not know, to explore, research, and study, and what we, the prophet's true temple, see how condescending that is? True temple encourages ones to do. The Moorish Science Temple of America is incorporated with this government. I'm going to prove that that is a lie as it relates to Braswell Bay. The Moorish Science Temple of America is incorporated within this said government, United States of America, to Cook County, Illinois, by the way of 1872 religious filing. I'm going to prove that they are lying. That's number one. Let's get to the meat of it. I'm going to prove that that's a lie. As it relates to Braswell Bay, he goes on to say, let me go down. According to the original affidavit, for additional understanding, then a lot of this stuff I'm going to prove wrong. A lot of this stuff. He said, find out who's in possession of the original corporation documents for the Moorish Science Temple of America. I'm going to prove that you're not. Find out who's in possession of the original charter for the Moorish Science Temple of America. I'm going to prove that you're not. Find out who's in possession of the original charters issued by the Prophet Home Office and Temple Number 1 Grand Major Temple for both Moorish Temple of Science and the Moorish Science Temple of America. I'm going to prove that you are not. Find out who's in possession of the Prophet's last will and testament, including archives of the Moorish Science Temple of America. I'm going to prove that you have documentation that you have recovered from the passing down of D. Belial, but that's all you got. Find out who's in possession of the original minutes of every convention starting from the first in 1928 up to now consistent. I'm going to prove that that's a flat out lie. I'm going to prove that that is a flat out lie. Find out who is in possession of the original minutes to every ADAP meeting held from 28 up to now, consistent. Again, I'm going to prove without a shadow of a doubt that that is a flat out lie. Find out who's in possession of the Prophet ADAP book. I'm going to prove that not only do you have an ADAP book, but there's other groups that also have the ADAP book. And what is the ADAP book? The ADAP book is just a book that has names of ADAPs in it. That's all it is. That's all it is. The Moorish Science Temple of America has one. Belial has one. Even guess who else had one? Guess who else? Pleasant Bay had one. What are you saying? I'm going to prove that you are lying, that you have been lying. And I'm only putting the spotlight on you because you spoke up. If you wouldn't have spoke up, I would have made a general presentation as to the myth of the Supreme Grand Sheik. But because you attacked me and you spoke up, now I'm going to zero in on you. The crosshairs is on you because you attacked me. I wasn't bothering you. I'm going to show without a doubt or contradiction that this is a lie, that you have been lied to, that you have been manipulated, that you have been fooled. And I'm going to show you that you will not be able to deny it. You will not be able to deny it, and no one else. Now, why am I doing this? I'm doing this because if our children continue to be joining groups that is predicated upon a lie, we cannot realize the divine plan of the ages. And what is the divine plan of the ages? To metamorphose from organization to nation. To get your life right, to get your family right, organize, metamorphose into a real progressive nation. This is the divine plan of the ages. If you don't know the step-by-step process, you cannot do that. And if you're building on a foundation of lies, you will never do that. This is a holy and divine movement founded by the prophet. And so it must be put together by the specification as the prophet laid it out. And if you're not following those specifications, you will not achieve anything. And this is why most Moorish groups haven't achieved much. And so this presentation is very important. This presentation is so important that I believe that everybody should take a look at this. Again, there will be no personal attacks. I will not talk about what Braswell Bay said about Belial. I will not say what Braswell Bay said about Kinyu Bay, what Rasadiel said about Belial, what Belial said about Kinyu, what Belial said about Braswell Bay. I will not do any of that. I will only present documented facts. I will not talk about the Now I might give a sidebar, like I said, of what happened at the event that we went to and we weren't allowed to go in, but that may be it. I might, because that will set the stage to show why I'm doing this presentation. Also, I might talk about what happened in Baltimore because I got a video that I need to show with that. But other than that, I will not. I'm gonna say it calmly. Family, if you are Moorish American, it's imperative if you want this history. And I will be having all the slides available for those who choose to get it. So you can go back and research yourself. After I do the presentation, if you buy a ticket, you will also have the slides available. You feel what I'm saying? So you can go back and research the researcher. I'm not going to leave you. If your email comes up that you have purchased a ticket, I'm going to give you every minute from whatever I use, because I got over 100 slides already. That's a book. I got over 100 slides already. So the only thing you won't be able to download is the videos, but you don't need them. You need the documented proof, the historical account. You follow what I'm saying? And I will be able to give them to those who are interested in those. But now, the point of this is we cannot move on truth. See, the prophet has a specific program, a specific structure. And if those two are not met, we ain't getting nowhere. If we do anything that's founded on a lie, again, we're not getting nowhere. So again, there will be no personal attacks. I will not talk about Belial said this about Braswell Bay. I will not do that. I will not say Braswell Bay said this about Belial. I will not say R. Jones Bay did this. I will not say that Kenyu Bay said this. I will not do none of that. I'm only going to present the facts. That's all I'm going to present. And because I got so many slides, this is part one. I may do part two for free, depending on how this goes and our building is going. Because we're building on the ground. We're looking forward to having businesses and things like that. I'm not doing any more GoFundMe. I've done this research. I've traveled around the country. I got a piece from here. I got a piece from there. I got a piece from here. And I put it all together. And now I want to present it to the people. If you don't want the truth, that's fine. I mean, if you don't want the truth, that's fine. Continue on what you're doing. But if you are interested, let me tell you something. Salvation is personal. If you know that there's a possibility that you could be following a lie, your mind is only Christianized under a new title, calling yourself Muslim. Because if you know that you possibly could be following a lie, and when I'm talking about a lie, the myth of the Supreme Grand Sheik, if you know that, why wouldn't you investigate that? Why wouldn't you look into that? That doesn't make sense to me. Because you don't like Tahaka Bay? Like, if you know without a doubt or contradiction that there has been confusion since 1929, but I'm not even talking about 1929. I'm going to give you the history all the way up till today and show why it's like it is. I'm going to show why it's like it is. If you want to solve the problem as it relates to the organization of the Moorish Science Temple of America, it's imperative that you take a look at this information. But if you want to stay in darkness, then carry on and do what you're doing. But if you are interested in solving this, you know what I mean? If you are interested in solving this, you know what I'm saying? Then hey, or if you are interested in knowing about it, Arnell Bay, Moorish Americans, we don't do credit, brother. That's putting us in debt. You know what I mean? Credit puts us back in debt, brother. We need to own. We need to own stuff. Anyway, with that being said, if you are interested in knowing why we are in the condition that we in, why there is a brother thriving like Kenyu Bay, why there is Rasadiel, why there is what is the Braswell Bay, who sends out his henchmen to attack other Moors on the low, like Roger Brewington Bay. You know what I mean? And other brothers like Ross Bay come on the post and just attack on the low. You know what I mean? But I like Ross Bay. For real. That's my guy. And Ross Bay know, and he know me. This is not personal. I will not take any personal attacks. You know what I mean? Because if Ross Bay know me, he should know my energy. You know what I'm saying? Like the guy, oh, he's a coward. Why didn't he say in person? Ross Bay was there. Ross Bay was there. And for real, family, let me tell you something. In person, if you call me a coward, I'm going to punch you in your face. And may Allah forgive me if I'm wrong. That's just what it is. If you call me a coward in my face, Allah forgive me if I'm wrong. I'm going to punch you in your face. And my mufti may do a little bit more. That's just what it is, if that's how I'm moving. I don't want no violence. All I want to do is present the information. That's all I want to do. That's all I want to do. And so all of this tough talk, because the information, you're tripping. You know what I mean? All of this tough talk is unnecessary. I'm with all that. You know what I mean? I haven't learned to love instead of hate completely yet. So I'm with all that. I'm telling you, I'm with all that. I really just want to present the information. That's all I want to do. I want to get the truth to the people. But if you start talking tough, you know what I'm saying? Because I just want to present information. I mean, I'm with all that. Trust me on it. I'm not that Moor that you used to. I'm not him. I'm nowhere like him. I'm telling you what I know. I'm nowhere like him. I got bail money. I'm not tripping. So that's just what it is. My point is that I'm only going to present information. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that has issue with me presenting information and want talk tough, don't do it on social media. I mean, don't do it on social media. Message me and I will meet you. You know what I mean? Ask for my number. I will give it to you. You know what I mean? There is no need to tough talk on social media. Ask me. Just when you got a problem with me, don't call me a coward. Do like this. Brother, can I get your number? Can I get your number? That's all you got to say. Can I get your number? I'm going to give you my number. You tell me where you at and we can get it popping. We don't got to get tough on Facebook. I don't do that. You know what I'm saying? I don't do that. You know what I mean? I don't do that. So the point of the matter is, let's move forward. If you want the information, you can hit the link below. Let me see if the link down there. Yeah, the link is below. And yes, it's $16.99. We are building the Moorish village. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, I'm gonna give y'all a little shot of what I'm going to be presenting. Hold on one second. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna give y'all a shot of what I am going to show and prove. You know what I mean? That's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give y'all a shot of what I'm going to show and prove. Okay. Matter of fact, let me show y'all what some of these post people are posting real quick. Let me show y'all this. Now listen, they're gonna have to prove this. I'm about to show y'all right now. But to show y'all right there, they're gonna have to prove this. They're gonna have to prove this in a second. Give me 1 second. They're gonna have to prove this. Watch this. Watch this. They're gonna have to prove this. They're gonna have to prove this. Hey, this is the membership. This is not even Rasadi. I mean Rasadi. This is not even what's the brother name? Braswell Bay. This is the membership talking. But they're gonna have to prove this. You know what I mean? Look, this is what they scared of. I'm about to show you real quick. This is what they scared of. This is a friend of mine, Jabbar, Keon Jabbar East. And I like this brother. He's a good brother. But he don't want the truth. Obviously, he don't want the truth. But now check this out. They're gonna have to eat this one. They're gonna have to eat this one. I will prove that these guys are playing. If you pay to watch it, then you weren't deceived because you weren't deceived because you gave folly an invitation. He says unbroken lineage, central authority. In other words, he claiming that Braswell Bay has an unbroken lineage. Okay, y'all see that, right? They're gonna have. I'm going to prove. I am going to prove that these guys have been deceived. Let's go back to this. I'm also going to prove. It say, find out who's in possession of the prophet Adab book, in which every name Adab of the prophet is made, including names made by Emiliel and every other supreme grand sheik up to the current. You got that from Belial. Find out who's in possession of the prophet original seals that he held in his hands. I don't know about that. Find out who's in possession of the scrolls. But everything you got from Belial. You cut it out. Find out who's in possession of the scrolls, the book of life, the very long list of names and members that trace all the way back to the very first Moorish American whose name should be at the top, Prophet Noble Ali, and your name should be on this list as well. Y'all got to prove that. And I'm here to tell you that you will find that all of these, which was left to the faithful, it was left to Belial, Moors of the original MST of A. It was left by Belial, by Sister Delia Millie L. It was not left to you. It was not left to Braswell Bay. It was left to, let me give y'all a little clue. It was left, all the stuff that these brothers are talking about, it was actually left to Brother Harlan Bay, that left it to Louis L, that left it to Belial. It was not left to you, and it was stolen. Let's keep it 100. It was stolen. It was taking. These was family heirlooms. That's what it was, and I'm going to prove that also. These things were stolen. And like I said, this is not a personal attack. I'm going to show and prove. And I'm going to use your Facebook post against you. Again, you weren't going to be the center of attention until you spoke up. You weren't going to be the center of attention. But listen, out of all these groups, let me name a few groups for those who are not familiar with it. In Baltimore, we got my good brother Prather L, Supreme Grand Sheik. In Chicago, we got my brother Tyrone Bay, Supreme Grand Sheik. In North Carolina, we got my brother Porter L, Supreme Grand Sheik. In Chicago, we got Braswell Bay, Supreme Grand Sheik. In Atlanta, we got Rasadiel, Supreme Grand Sheik. In Chicago, we got David Belial, Supreme Grand Sheik. The only one that spoke up, if I missed you, I apologize. The only one that spoke up about this pay-per-view is guess who? The people from Braswell Bay. Before I even mentioned Braswell Bay name, they were on the page. When I mentioned with this ad, I'm going to show y'all the ad real quick. I said no names. Fam. Allah is my witness. This is the first ad that I put out. I want y'all to check this out. Let me show y'all the first ad that I put out. I'm going to show y'all the first ad that I put out, and I want to show y'all why would they be the first one to speak out? This is close to it. Here we go, right here. I can't find the first one, but this is pretty much what I put out. Look, why out of all the people I just named, right? This is the ad I put out. Right here. I didn't name anybody's name. What would compel them to speak out? Why would they speak out? I ain't say nothing about them. Why would they speak out? What does this say about them? They were all on the post going bananas. Going bananas. But this is all I put out. This is all I put out, family. Why would they go bananas about a post like this? Anybody know why? Can anybody make a comment or something? Why would, out of all the Supreme Grand Sheiks I made and all the membership they have, why would they go nuts? Why? I'm just wondering why. Anybody got any answer for that? Because they already know what it is. What I have discovered, they have too, but they are scared to live by it because they don't know what they're going to do. They know what I'm talking about. They know. And so when you look at this, that's the way to find the correct temple and know that they're all true, that all is true. And who is the Supreme Grand Sheikh of the Prophet's one MST of A? You see how they do? Listen to this. Listen to this. Meaning of the Prophet's original temple. But you will not find any of these documents, manuscripts, or instruments online or with the state of Illinois, nor divided up amongst various bodies of Moors, and definitely not with any group of European agencies. And you certainly ain't going to get nothing from this wannabe charlatan embezzler to Harker Bouquet Bay. You see? You see? You must come to us. You see? This is the same thing. This is that same Christian thing. You must go to Jesus. Give your life to Jesus. Give your life to Jesus. You must come to us, as stated in Act 6 of the Divine Constitution and bylaws, in order to view such glory. That's right. You have to come home to the Prophet's one and true temple. Give your life to Jesus, and you will be saved. There is only one way to heaven, and that's by saying that Jesus died for my sins. You must come to us. You see? You see this arrogancy? The brother said, where did you get the silhouette guys with the fans? I made them, brother. You must come to us. This is Jesus. This is that European Jesus. You must come to us. As stated in Act 6, well, I'm going to show you that to us has been a myth. That the us has been a myth. That y'all been faking people out. And I'm going to show without a doubt or contradiction on February the 3rd. I'm going to show without a doubt or contradiction that y'all have been faking people out. Not only you, others too, but since you want to be the highlight of the conversation, the myth of the Supreme Grand Sheikh. The link is at the bottom of the page. Get your tickets now, and the proceeds go towards building. It goes towards building. Building. Matter of fact, listen, family. I'm going to find this video real quick. Let me find this video. Let me find this video real quick. I'm going to show you a video. I'm going to give you a tidbit of the video. Hold up. Let me show y'all something real quick. Show y'all something. Let me show y'all something real quick. All right. Let me show y'all something real quick. Let me show y'all something real quick, family. See if this is the one real quick. Give me a second. Give me a second.
Some of our great teachers was Sister Christina Price Bay.
Okay, here we go. Okay, so family, this is one of the videos that I'm going to share on this presentation. But I'm going to give it to you now. But it all weaves the story together. Now, this is 2017. Since they want to be the spotlight, I'm going to put the spotlight on them. I'm going to put the spotlight on them since they want to be in the spotlight. You know what I'm saying? They want to attack. I didn't attack anybody. I am going to put the spotlight on them. That's just what it is. Oh, my goodness, my bad. They want to be in the spotlight. They want to be in the spotlight, so I'm going to put the spotlight on. Let me share this video with you. It's loading on the page right now. Don't go nowhere. Stand by. Stand by. I am going to put the spotlight on them. I'm going to show you something real quick, though. Listen, because I want you to see this, family. Absolutely. Let me see it real quick. Let me, where did I put it at? There we go. Let me get it real quick. Let me load this on this page real quick. Let it load up real quick. And it's loading now. It's loading now. I want to show y'all something. I want to show y'all how manipulative our people have been concerning us and the doctrine of the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, and how people have been using it in a way that hasn't benefited us. So now, y'all remember this. Listen to this. Listen to this. I'm about to give it to y'all real. This is raw. I'm going to show y'all how we're going to put this thing together. So as y'all can see this, he said, here's the truth for free, because I'm doing a pay-per-view for $16.99 to benefit the Moorish Village building. Okay, which we already building. We already building now. I'm there every day. Here's the truth for free for those of you who may not know. To explore, research, and study, in which we, the Prophet's true temple, encourage ones to do. If you encourage one to seek the truth, don't try to disencourage them not getting this information. But anyway, it says the Moorish Temple of America is incorporated within the said government, etc., etc., etc. So listen to this. Listen to this carefully, family, before I got to go, because I got to go do the Guidance of the Nations class. After this, I do a Guidance of the Nation class. Find out who's in possession of the original corporation documents, right? Listen carefully, family. For the Moorish Temple of America. Find out who's in possession of the original charter. Find out who's in possession of the original charters issued from the Prophet's home office. Find out who's in possession of the Prophet's last will and testament. Okay? Find out who's in possession of the original minutes. This is a flat out lie. I'm going to prove it. But anyway, watch this.
Some of our great teachers was Sister Christina Price Bay, who many people call Queen Mother. Brother Sloan Hill, who was the organizer of the
Listen closely.
Industrial Club.
Family, listen closely. Watch this.
And a brilliant man named David Bellier.
Listen to this. A brilliant man by the name of David Bellier. Watch this.
Very brilliant. And still brilliant. It's like. And he.
Hold up. Oh, you can't see it? Let me stop it and start it again. Let me stop it and start it again. Let me stop it and start it again. Let me see if y'all can see it now. I got to make sure you can see this. Let me see if y'all, oh yeah, okay, you can see it now. Now let me start it back. Listen closely.
And still brilliant. It's like. And
listen.
Very brilliant. And still brilliant. It's like.
No, I want y'all to hear from the beginning.
And a brilliant man named David Bellier.
Listen.
Very brilliant. And still brilliant. It's like. And he used to say to me, he said, I don't want to just tell you. I want you to read for yourself.
David Bellier told him, I don't want to tell you. That's Rasef in the background. I don't want to tell you. I want you to see for yourself. So the question is, where did he get all this stuff?
He was very generous.
He was very generous.
To share with me the knowledge.
To share with him the knowledge.
Of things that I couldn't understand.
Of things that he couldn't understand.
One day he went and got a box of all.
He went and got a box.
All of those archives.
Of all of those archives. Who had the archives? Man, y'all get me worked up in here.
Where they were stored. And me, myself, and a few other sheiks we got into that box, and many of us were able to connect the dots.
Family, where did he get this? When this brother so arrogantly makes this statement, so arrogantly makes this statement. So arrogantly make this statement. Find out who was in possession of the original corporation. You wouldn't have none of that if you didn't take it from Belial. Find out who's in possession of the original charter. You wouldn't have any of that if you didn't take it from Belial. You find out who is the original Moorish. You would not have nothing. You would not have nothing. That stuff was taken from D. Belial. But I'll let y'all hear the rest later. That stuff was taken from D. Belial unlawfully. Don't play with me. But that's just part of it. But that's just part of it. But that's just part of it. When I show the videos, the interviews with Belial, family, I'm going to tell you this, family. I'm not slandering anybody. They are telling on themselves. This is why it's a myth, family. This is why it's a myth. They would not have been the center of attention if they didn't address me. They addressed me, but you addressed the wrong one. You addressed the wrong one this time. And I'm going to show you that you have lied to the people, that you have misled the people. And until we get past these lies, we cannot move forward. That's why we are so divided, because we got these egomaniacs talking about that you must go through them, when everything that they standing on is a lie. And I'm going to tear it up. And I'm going to tear it up. I'm going to tear it up on February the 3rd. If you want the truth, man, get yourself a ticket. Support the Moorish Village building so the children can have something to be proud of. Our children has nothing to be proud of at this day and time. We're building a Moorish village. And that's just what it is. You don't have to like me. You ain't got to like me. You don't got to like me at all. You see what I'm saying? You ain't got to like me at all. But one thing you ain't going to do, you ain't going to address me. Brother, thank you for sending me religious endorsement. What is that? For federal prison. Who sent me that? Somebody sent me something. Let me see who sent me that. Praise the Lord to the brothers that really want to get busy, man. That's a beautiful thing. Albert L. Islam, more. Islam, more. I'm going to look into that. But anyway, peace to the Moors. But listen. What up, homie? Go Moors. Listen. Sheikh Albert L. Islam. But listen, family. If y'all want the real truth, step by step, while we are so divided, I'm going to show you why. Family, the only reason I'm charging $16.99 is because I don't want to do GoFundMes. And it took a lot of work to put this together, to piece it together. That's the only reason. It took a lot of time and a lot of effort, a lot of travel to put this together. Many people have attempted to put this together. I've been working years to bring attention. I've been working years to bring attention to the Moorish Science Temple of Americas and the Moors as a whole. These brothers have been undercover attacking people. And when I put out who's the Supreme Grand Sheikh, these brothers attacked me. I never met anybody's name. I never said anybody's name. I never did any of that. But now I'm going to show and prove. I'm going to show and prove. You don't want people to see this. I know you don't. I know you don't, but they're going to see it. As long as they purchase a ticket, they also will be supporting. If y'all seen the demonstration I did on Ras Sadiel, if y'all seen that, do you know what type of research that I do? That no one can run. He cannot run. He cannot run from that research. No one can run. And family, that is only the half of it. That's not even a half. That little video is a drop in the bucket. It's a drop in the bucket to what I am going to present. You know what I mean? To what I am going to present. To what I'm going to present on February the 3rd. Nobody will be able to run from this. You will not continue to say you got to look at this arrogant statement, family. Family, look at this arrogant statement that this brother make so arrogantly in the form of a Christian. Watch this. In the form of a Christian, so arrogantly. Watch what he say. Let me share this with y'all. So arrogantly have the audacity to say something like, that's the way to find the correct temple and to know that all true and who's the real Supreme Grand Sheik of the Prophet's one Moorish Temple of America, meaning the Prophet's original temple. But you will not find any of these documents, manuscripts, or instruments online or with the state of Illinois, nor divided amongst the various bodies of Moors, and definitely not with any group of European agency, and certainly ain't going to get nothing from this wannabe charlatan embezzler. Boy, that's how you better call me some names. You better call me some names. Make up some more names. He says, you must come to us, as stated in Acts 6. Now he's saying that if you don't come to them, you are condemned to hell. You old Christians, you're going to get this work. You know what I mean? You're going to get this work. Braswell Bay, I am the wrong one. Again, let me show y'all something. Family, I got to share something with y'all. One more time before I get up out of here and go teach my class. One more time. Family, the only reason that I am zeroing in on this group is because they attacked me. I went to listen. I went to listen to the teachings. The brother stood up and said, you got to stop the virtual temple. We are the original Moorish Temple of America. When I went to convention, brother said to me, you got to join us. We are the original. I'm like, man, what is wrong with y'all? You know what I'm saying? This is the real deal. So if y'all are interested in this information, I will be going live and giving some more tidbits as we go along. More evidence, more proof. As we get closer to the 3rd, I hope y'all get y'all tickets. Y'all don't want to miss this. Y'all see the video where he admit? Y'all ain't seen nothing yet. Wait till I show the document. Wait till I show the footprints of how we get to where we're at. Wait till I show that. Wait till I show step by step. Oops, drop the ball. Step by step. Oops, opportunity. Step by step. Still go. And here we go. And we got people running around claiming that they are the only authentic Moorish Science Temple of America, the only real Supreme Grand Sheik. The only authentic Supreme Grand Sheik. Family, I'll be back around on Tuesday. I will also be on tonight to talk about Marrakush. I got my brother Sharif Anil Bey will be on here tonight. Let me get some applause up in here. Applause. Let me get some applause up in here. I get some applause. I need some clapping around here. Let me see. Let me get some clapping, man. We're gonna have our brother Sharif Anil Bey on here tonight. Let me see who else we gonna have. We're gonna have Lord Abba on here tonight. We also gonna have Charles. We're also going to have Charles Ware Ill on here tonight. And we also going to have my brother, my friend. We've been through some stuff, but we are ride or die. My brother who held down Moorish TV in the beginning with Grimion L, my brother Ali Bey is in the house tonight. Woo! Hey, family, and what we going to be talking about tonight, family, we're going to be talking about Marrakush, love masters or losers. Let the record show. Marrakush, love masters or losers. Again, Sharif Anil Bey, where L, Lord Abba, Ali Bey is here tonight to shake it up with this misinformation distributed and taught by Marrakush. Marrakush law or losers. So family, this is what I do. This is what I do. This is what I do. I do it for you. I don't do it for a pat on the back. I do it because it needs to be done. We need to get to the truth, and we need to get to the ultimate truth. And so I implore you, purchase yourself a ticket. Come on, support your brother, support the truth. You don't have to like me. Nobody will know that you watched it. This is why I didn't do it on a live venue. This is why I didn't do it, because I want people to quietly be able to view the information. You know what I'm saying? I want people to quietly, you know what I mean? I want people to quietly to review the information. And so that's what I would do. I would do it where you can view it in the quietness of your home. And nobody will look at you crazy. Nobody will look at you crazy. You follow what I'm saying? So I hope you get yourself a ticket and enjoy the show on February the 3rd. Again, later this week, I'll be presenting more evidence to the points. To the points. But as my brother JG say, it needs to be said. That's right. The lies need to be exposed. Don't get mad at me. I will not slander. I will not take personal attacks, nor will I do a smear campaign. I will only present their own words. I will only present their own words, and I will only present documentation. I will not do a smear campaign. Again, I will not ever say that Belial said this against this person. I will not say that Braswell Bay said this or said this against this person. I will only present information. All right? That's all I will present. With that being said, I got to go teach the Guidance of the Nations class with my brothers and my friends, MSTA Atlanta, 19 in the building, peace and love. I forgot about my brother, Daweed, Supreme Grand Sheikh Daweed. Nobody from that camp spoke out either. Nobody. You mean tell me my brother Haru Benicia didn't speak out? Nah, guess why? Because my brother can pick up the phone and ask me. The only one spoke out. The only one spoke out about that ad that I put out. The only one that spoke up about the ad that I put out was Braswell Bay Camp. And I wonder why. What in the world would make somebody want to speak out against an advertisement such as this? What makes them want to speak out? How do you figure I'm talking about you? How do you figure I'm talking about you? You feel some type of way, don't you? You know what I mean? You feel some type of way, don't you? Well, you shouldn't have came at me, because now the spotlight is on you. I'll be that boy you gonna remember. I'ma be that boy you gonna remember. That's right. I'll be that boy you gonna remember. So I can wave front line till the Lord call my number. I'll be that boy you gonna remember. I'ma be that boy you gonna remember. That's right. I'll be that boy you gonna remember. So I can wave front line till the Lord call my number. You a friend of the more than you a friend of I was told to watch my enemies that hold my line. Those who speak against the prophet, they speak against me. And I speak about the prophet over Drew Riley, who was the first to remind you and bind you back to a rock on the mountains, Mississippi and Quebec. Told you wasn't black, proved it with straight facts. You tripping off trucks, you should be tripping off that. But here we go again, rapping like you a slave. The same people talk European out of fame. And look at you with fine European hair. No love for self, but do the men really care? Hell nah, cause they got a love for Europe. Whole generation takes the pills we deserve. Yeah, they love Lil Yachty, Tucci, Gucci, Kodak, Amigo, Ross, Bootsy. But when the love for the woman look like your mother, I guess we sing it all black for the sun is the summer. Now, sight! I'll be that one you gon' remember. I'ma be that one you gon' remember. That's right. I'll be that one you gon' remember. So I'll make front line till the law call my number. I'll be that one you gon' remember. I'ma be that one you gon' remember. That's right. I'll be that boy you gon' remember. To hustle, make front line till the law call my number. Hey, super scholars holler. This era for the workers. You ain't building on the ground, then you working in the first. Hey, it sound good, but that's only on the surface. Probably working for the people. Then tell me what's your purpose. I ain't worried about your homie, but know what I know. Every road that I let's go. He ain't my bro. Hey, I see it all. Family, I gotta go to class. Family, I gotta go to class.
Everybody else. Huh? That means ahead of Master Quran Muhammad and Elijah Muhammad, of which in the nation of Islam you are taught under the strict religious blinder or binder that no Islam was here before Quran and Elijah. Right. No knowledge was here before Quran and Elijah.
Family, I got to go to class. We got a Goddess of a Nation class coming up in a little bit. I gotta go, but let's rock out like this.
No disrespect, because I love
hey, that was y'all in 1913, huh? This is way before Martin had a dream. Way before Elijah had fraud. We was in the grave, the land of the God. Where was y'all when he was on the milk crate? Going hard on 35th state. Let's turn up. Hey, where was y'all when the enemies tried to kill him? When they said he was a prophet, but really didn't feel him? Well, y'all at now, are you with me or you down? It's time to stand up. The prophecy is down. Hey, now what you gonna do about it? Found to know what you right. He knew about it. That's right. I'm the third, fourth generation. So I ain't worried about all the hate and all the crazy misinformation. Need to stop. Cause all the world was breaking you were part of the plot to keep them on top and leave us at the bottom with the monkey called the prophet in the heart. You forgot him. Hey, you ain't fighting this war right. Bags under eyes, haven't slept in 4 nights, reading all the books and studying the law. When the prophet was a person, he settled for a song. He left his feet really cut on the south side. 30,000 more than 29, ready to ride on food, on farms, on community. And I'm going with the prophet on there. What you gonna do to me, huh? Hey, Elijah had blood, we was in the grave, the land of the North. Where was y'all when he was on the milk crate? Going hard on 35th state. Where was y'all when he only had his flag on Indiana Avenue, feds on his head? Hey, where was y'all when the enemy tried to kill him? When they said he was a prophet, but really didn't feel him? Where y'all at now? Are you with me or you down? It's time to stand up. The prophecy is now. Hey, I hear you talking, but show me what you producing. The enemy loving, a weed here talking stupid. Up in the courts, getting beat up in the hallway. The king comes on the ground. It's gonna be a long day. Make me wanna cry, I can't deny it. To see my people so misguided. Why in the world we so divided? All we gotta do is use what the prophet provided. Always trying to take the shortcut, but these weird stuff like we on a short bus. The world is watching, our people waiting for us to stand up and build the voice station. Hey, where was y'all at in 1913? This was way before Martin had a dream. Way before Elijah had first, we was in the grave, the land of the Lord. Hey, where was y'all when he was on the milk crate? Going hard on 35th state. Where was y'all when he only had his flag on Indiana Avenue? Get that ticket, family. We going in February the 3rd. We go in. See y'all tonight. Moorish World TV. Let's go. I don't know what the hell you talking about. I ain't no more. But I say. Really. Hey.
I say. I understand, bro.
What was y'all in 1913? This is way before Martin had a dream. Way before Elijah had blood. We was in the grave, the land of the Lord. What was y'all when he was on the milk crate? Going hard, a 35th mistake. What was y'all when he only had the flag? Only never had the flares on his head. Hey, what was y'all when the enemy tried to kill him? When they said he was a prophet, but still didn't kill him. Where y'all at now? Are you with me or are you down? It's time to stand up. The prophecy is down. Hey! The prophecy is down. Hey! The prophecy is down. It's time to stand up. It's time to stand up. The prophecy is down. Hey! Family, it's time to stand up. The prophecy is down. We are the 3rd and 4th generation prophesied by the prophet Noble Drew Ali. We are here to put it together and do what the prophet said to do by the specific instruction and the specification how the movement is supposed to look. We are the ones to put it together, but it cannot be put together with a foundation of a lie. It won't happen like that, nor will it be progressive, nor will it do anything for the people that it was designed for by the will of Allah. So on February the 3rd, I'm going to kill the myth of the Supreme Grand Sheik. For those who wish to move on, we can move on. For those who wish to stay stuck in ignorance, let them stay stuck. But all the progressive people, all the people that are interested to want to know why we are in the condition that we in today, and I'm not being stuck in 1929. I'm not being stuck in 1930, not 40, 50, or 60, or 70. We're talking about 2018, where they're live right now. You've seen the post from the brother, where the brother said that the only way that you can get this information is by us. The only way that you are legitimate is through us. That is Christianity under another name. And so we're talking about 2018, 2019. The drama continues, but I will break it up on February 3rd. At the bottom, the link is there. Get your tickets. Let's go in. It will be for one night only, and then I'm shutting it down and doing other things. Peace and love, family. I got to go. Got a Goddess of the Nation class, because we teach people to guide the nation. Islam, peace and love. Let's get it.